Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. But today's U or EPCR Challenge Cup look ahead. Basically, having a look at the four fixtures of the weekend and what what there is still to play for when it comes to the Challenge Cup and the Champions Cup. We'll do our Champions Cup look ahead as well. And for me, basically, this competition is a second chance for the eight quarterfinalists, who a lot of them aren't doing particularly well when it comes to their sort of domestic season. However, find themselves three victories away from a trophy. And more importantly, maybe even than the trophy, is the Champions Cup qualification. And if we look at the eight teams involved, only well, three of them when it comes to the URC, potentially in the top eight, looking for Champions Cup qualification, but all three of those precariously close to the drop off in terms of that sort of top eight. So it's a massive opportunity for all these clubs to really try and salvage a season. And we'll look at exactly where all these various clubs are in their sort of domestic calendar and what this victory and what this competition might mean to them in just a bit. Before we do that, please do smash like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, let's have a look at the fixtures, shall we? It all starts on Friday with Augusta taking on Ospreys. So if we look at, for example, Ospreys, they currently find themselves in that top eight of the URC. But if we're looking at the URC table, which I had for a second here, I want to tell you exactly what's what and who's who and what's what. Ospreys currently sitting in seventh, 35 points, but they've just got 1 point between themselves, Edinburgh, Connacht, and Lions. Edinburgh, Connacht, and Lions all currently sitting in that sort of outside the top eight, but 1 point behind. So for Ospreys, could very easily finish outside the top eight. They're taking on Gloucester, currently sitting second last on the Premiership table. So, both these sides unlikely to sort of win domestic honours, but a big opportunity for them to try and go far in this competition. Similarly, the Clermont, who currently sit 11th in the top 14. They're taking on Ulster, who currently sit 8th in the URC table. Once again, same points as Ospreys, so 1 point separating them, and 9, 10, and 11. So Ulster have had a bit of a poor season. They've had a lot of changes. They had a change in coach, change in sort of executives. They're going through a bit of a rebuild at the moment. So things are not as they should be at Ulster, but it could be a smash and grab title, And I tell you what, to have an awful season of inverted commas and win a challenge cup would be huge for Ulster. Well, first of all, get themselves to the Champions Cup, it gets them a trophy, and makes them a top side in the year. So plenty to play for them. They also won away from home last week, so they'll be feeling pretty confident going to France and be able to get a result. The last two games, first of all, on Saturday, we're going to have Sharks versus Edinburgh. This is a game, you see that last over there that Edinburgh has, that was actually against the Sharks into the recent form. So it's a big opportunity for Edinburgh to try and sort of get back to winning ways down in South Africa, where the Sharks will be looking to continue that sort of streak that they're currently on and make sure they get a result. They were the seeded number one side coming into the Challenge Cup. So this again, I mean, and they, for example, don't even have a chance of that top eight. They're currently sitting 18 points, and so they are 16 points away from that sort of top eight. I think 17 points away from that top eight. So really not looking good for the Sharks to be able to make their top eight. But this is a potential competition they could win, and they're peaking at the right time. They're getting players back from injury at the right time, and I think at the moment they currently might even be considering themselves favourites in this competition. Then the final one is another all URC clash, and that is Benetton taking on Connacht. Connacht sitting outside that top eight. Benetton just outside the top eight. They've fallen down the table, though. They were sitting in that top three for quite a while, but have since fallen off quite quickly. And so this, again, represents an opportunity for them to try and salvage what was looking like a really positive season. So some really nice matchups here. Obviously, if you are a URC fan, for example, it could potentially be a all URC semi-final and final, and they'll probably quite like that. But I suppose at the same time, it'd be quite nice to see different teams in the sort of Challenge Cup across different leagues, so we don't just see league repeats all the time. The semi-finals will take place on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th of May. Probably on probably both of them on the 4th, maybe one on the 3rd, I'd imagine, or they could go one on the 4th, one on the 5th. The final, the grand final, really, of the Challenge Cup will take place on the 24th of May, the Friday, with the final of the Champions Cup taking place the next day. Both those will be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which should be a really, really cool venue for such a big game. What are your predictions? If I had to very, very quickly go through this, I'm reckoning it could be, my guess would be Gloucester to win there, Ulster to win here, Sharks to win, and Benson to win at home. Although I think Connacht can do it. So I think we're going to see Gloucester, Ulster, Sharks, and Benson in the semi-finals. That would be my prediction. What are your predictions down in the comments below? Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.